Do you want to be better with your finances and keep more of your money in 2025? This video is going to share 5 helpful habits to adopt this year to make smarter money moves and just generally be better with your finances, as well as saving tax where possible and being much more efficient with the tax processes that you have. We're going to be discussing how to maximize and boost your savings in 2025. So I really hope that the video is helpful. Grab yourself a cuppa, maybe a pen and paper to write down some notes, and let's get into the video. I'm going to be breaking this down into really simple tips and ideas, and maybe things might be a recap for you, but I'm going to just bust the jargon because sometimes with personal finance, it can feel very overwhelming because you need to get past the jargon before you can actually understand the tips. Just as a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice, so make sure you do your own research before making financial decisions. These are just my own ideas for the possibilities that you can do with your own finances. So do make sure you do your own research, but I will be sharing all of the links and all of the information, as well as timestamps in the description below if you'd like to check any of those out. And of course, if you do want more videos on this topic, I have got hundreds of videos here on this channel. I've been making content for 13 years almost here on YouTube, and I have a passion for helping you live your best life on a budget, understand your finances, be better with your financial well-being, and just give you a nice peace of mind when it comes to your money mindset. So with all that being said, let's get into habit number 1, setting yourself up for this new financial year that we have coming up for us to just hit the ground running. Really, really excited for you guys to have a really good, positive financial well-being this year and not bury your head in the sand with things. So the tax year is coming up, so we're going to be talking a little bit about tax and how to be efficient with that. But first of all, we are going to be talking about, you know what's coming, automating your savings. This is so important. So many people get to the end of the month and they go to do maybe some savings or some investments and there is nothing left. I cannot stress enough how important it is and how much it completely changed my life when I started paying myself first. This is so important because it means you're giving priority to your future. You are saying, instead of spending the money throughout the month on like takeaways or, you know, bits of clothing or, you know, just going out or coffees or whatever it is, you're saying, no, I'm going to actually focus on my future, and your future self is going to thank you. You're going to be paying yourself first. So this is something that I just love to remind you of because it's so easy to slip into those habits of, you know, getting to the end of the month and having nothing left to be able to save. Doing it first means that you can't go back on it. It's done. And then what you have left is for you to spend. It's really important to have fun money throughout the month because otherwise it can be a drag and we don't want savings to be hard work. But doing this one simple habit can completely change your financial well-being. So how do we do such a thing? You might be asking. I like to do it in a couple of different ways. You could either do a direct debit to come out of your account at the beginning of the month when your bills and everything else have come out and your non-negotiables, obviously. But you can also use websites or apps. I love Plum. I've been using them for, I don't even know how long, like 7 or 8 years, and I use their different systems to like they boost your savings, and it goes into a pot where you don't actually realize it's coming out. I just checked mine for this video, and look at my pot. I have, I don't know if you can see that, £1,896.87. Just literally didn't even notice it was coming out of my account. And I also have little funds in there as well for things that we're saving for. Like you may well have seen, we saved for Disneyland last year for a trip with the children. It's just so easy to do, and it is low lift. It does it all for you. So if you're not very good at organizing these things and you don't have, you know, those systems in place, then something like that is super easy to be able to use, and it does it all for you. Now, where should you be putting your money to get the most out of it? Let's move into ISAs. And for those out there who don't know about ISAs, I'm going to break it down a little bit before we get into why this is a great habit for financial well-being and what they are. So a cash ISA, which is an individual savings account, is a really good way of saving money efficiently when it comes to tax, because you can save up to £20,000 without paying any interest on any tax on the interest that is earned, which is especially useful for high rate taxpayers who have a lower personal allowance. This video is very kindly sponsored by Plum. As I've said, I have been a customer for many, many years, and I absolutely love the app for helping me save without actually even noticing. But this is where I'm going to be talking to you about their cash ISA. Plum offers a cash ISA that makes saving easy and tax efficient, as I said, as you will be able to add the £20,000 per year and pay no taxes on the interest that you earn. It helps provide customers with a way to save tax-free. Their cash ISA is available for UK residents, and it's a quick and easy way to either open a new ISA, or you can transfer your existing cash ISA into your Plum ISA through the app. I thought I'd just talk through a couple of the benefits that I love about the Plum cash ISA. The first one being the rate is really, really good for industry standards. You also have quick access as well, so you can withdraw that money should you need it with no additional charges, which is important. Of course, as I said, it is tax-free, so it's really efficient for your money, so you're not paying any tax on the interest that you earn for that £20,000 that you can put into your ISA each year. And of course, it's fully protected as well with all the good regulations up to £85,000. And the best bit, it is free. Been a customer of Plum for absolutely ages. I love their free service and their free app. And it just really helps me set myself up for making good financial decisions and saving without actually noticing. I will leave all of the cash ISA information from Plum for you guys in the description. And they've actually given me a little exclusive for my audience, which is lovely. Using the link below, if you do choose to go with Plum for your cash ISA, you can get a £5 cash back when you maintain a balance of £500 in that for 4 months at least. So a little freebie for my audience if you'd like to start up your own cash ISA with Plum. Okay, so habit 3 are we on, or 4? Let's say 4. We are going to be talking about cutting your spending, saving more of your money, and setting clear financial goals. This is such a simple one, and I'm sure it's a recap, but it is so transformative for your finances because it really helps you allows you to see exactly where you are, what to expect each month. Because the worst thing, and what I really like this whole channel, is to try and make you feel secure and safe and happy and excited about your finances. And this is just one habit that just makes such a huge difference. You would be surprised how much money just disappears into the things that you don't actually know that you're spending on. So to track it, I've got budgeting trackers over on my website, my Etsy store, if you'd like to pick one up for yourself. And they get really granular if you want to do like your real expenses, output, your bills, your to-do list, things like that. Or you can just simply have one of my savings trackers, which you can track where you are. You know, we did with our home buying as well when we save for our deposit. Just to see it visually is so, so important. But the Excel trackers are where they really come into their own on my website, because it's such peace of mind and clarity around the numbers. And there's no nervy, scary feeling because you know exactly what you're doing. So get your bank statements, look at what's been coming in, what's been going out. If it's a little bit alarming, if you highlight all the ASOS and Amazon and all the different websites that might be coming and drawing money out of your account, and actually the incoming is not quite so much. You may well have not many streams of income. You may well have just one stream of income. Just so important to get on top of this. Of course, cancelling any unused subscriptions, and even if you just cancel it for a bit and then you pick it back up a bit later, this can really help you. And then redirect all of that money into your cash ISA or into your other savings, which we're going to get into on the next tip. If you save just £50 a month for something that was wasting money, that's £600 a year. This can really build up. Right, habit number 4, I think we're on now. I think I said that about the last one, but this is 4. Is maximizing your pension. This is probably one of the best ways to impact the amount of tax that you pay, to reduce the amount of tax that you pay, and to keep more of your money. You've earned it, you've worked hard for it. So this is one of the really, really good takeaways from this video, to maximize the amount of money that you are keeping. Depending on your country, it may well be called something else, like a 401k if you're in the US, or something else within your own country. So obviously do your own research for your own country. But for us, good old pensions, let's dive into why they are one of the best tax efficient ways of putting your money. If you are employed, many employers match your contributions, and this is such an efficient way of doubling your money. Jump all over that. If they are offering you to max your pension contributions, this is money that is not money you've earned, it's money that you're gaining because you are making that savvy financial decision to put your money away in your pension, and they can match it. Obviously, if you're self-employed and you have a self-invested personal pension, a SIP, then the government also tops this up with contributions, which again is a great way of doubling up your money. Think of it like this: if you have a personal allowance of say £40,000, oh, the sun is getting really bright. Let me move over. I'm gonna move you here because it's getting a little bit bright. There we go. Oh my goodness, it is warm today. Okay, so just breaking it down really quickly and hopefully really simply, if you have a tax-free allowance of say 12, and you then get taxed on everything else afterwards. Let's say you're earning £50,000, you put £10,000 away in your pension, then you will not get taxed on that amount. It will be deducted from your tax bill. So obviously this is really helpful if you want to bring your bracket down. You've just gone over a tax bracket. Obviously they go up incrementally and you pay more tax incrementally on that amount. It's a really savvy way of, it's twofold. You're saving tax in the first place and you're saving for your future. So when it actually comes to retiring, you have that money in that pot that you haven't paid any tax on. So it's just a really smart way, especially if you're getting those employer contributions, of maxing out the amount of money that you keep from the money that you earn. The flip side of this is that that money is locked away until you retire. There are ways of, you know, making the most of it and buying property through it, or we won't get into the detail in this video, but I can obviously make one if you would be interested in that. But just be aware that that money is then locked in for your retirement. Of course, with any investment, your money can go up or down. So definitely do your research here and just realize and understand the way that investments work before you decide to make your own choices here. Habit number 5 is just simply learning about tax efficient savings. You've done a great thing stepping across this video. There's loads of informative content over on YouTube and on websites that you can read up on, but educating yourself on the way money works is massive. I had no idea. I grew up, my last video, go back and check it out. My last video was all about how I had no idea about finances growing up, and yet I managed to save tens of thousands of pounds to buy this house because I learned about how money worked. I have money in my investments for my future, which is building interest over and over again without actually having to do anything to it. So that, I would say, is something that you should be doing daily to really educate yourself and just keep up to date with your understanding of how money works, and it can really, really help your financial well-being and your financial future as well. Many people miss out on tax-free savings simply because they don't understand how money works, so it's really, really important. Financial literacy is the key to wealth. Money in the bank does not grow, so you definitely need to do your own research, which is not something we are taught growing up, into exactly how you can boost your own financial well-being and your own savings. The more you know, the better your money decisions will be. So there are my 5 habits for a better financial future in 2025. The new tax year is coming up, so it's a great time to look into these things and make these great decisions for your future. I'm going to link the Plum Cash ISA in the description bar for you, and don't forget you can get that £5 cash back if you have the balance of over £500 for 4 months or more. Super easy to do once you get started and you get these habits to really building that wealth. I would love to know if you're doing any of these habits already. Leave us a comment or what else you're doing for your financial well-being this year. We would absolutely love to hear from you and what you do and what you recommend. Don't forget there are tons more money saving videos here on this channel if you want to find out a little bit more about personal finance and how to do better this year if you are a bit stuck in the mud and a little bit worried about your finances. I really hope this video has been helpful and you've taken something away from it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye.